Well, I'm kind of stuck in traffic, so might as well spend my time doing something wise, and so I'm making a video for you. Values. What you value most in life shows up most in your life. So the question isn't, why am I missing this stuff? The question is, why do I have what I have? And it's always going to be because you value it most. Now, it takes a little more digging, into it. So what I recommend doing, and I learned this from Dr. John Demartini. God, if you haven't heard of him, go look into him. I mean, the guy he's one of a kind. But he has this value determining list, and I just love it. I feel like it's so valuable. Pun not intended. But write down where you spend most of your money, where you spend most of your time, where you spend most of where you're most organized, where you always seem to have time for. You know, maybe there's some other things too, but let's just stick with those four for now. Where do you spend your money? Where do you spend most of your time? Where do you most organized, and where do you always seem to have time or money for? Or energy to do, rather. And say, for instance, you make, I don't know, $10,000 a month. And if you actually look at your monthly expenditure, you may find that you're spending $3,000 a month on your kids. Oh, okay, well, that's significant. You're spending 30% of your income on your children. So obviously, children are somewhere high on your value list. You find that you're spending the other $5,000 on housing and bills and stuff like that, which sucks, kind of, but it's going to be a common one. So right there, you'll see, wow, that's $8,000 of your $10,000 a month going towards housing and your kids, and you realize that, you know, I'm paying for my housing, my bills, probably to just supply for my kids anyways, for the most part, and give them stability and get them around and drive them around and bring them different stuff. So obviously that's really high on your value list. And obviously maybe security, having somewhere comfortable to live and taking care of yourself and your family is really high on your list of values. And so what matters there is, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what's high on your value list. If you want to get wealthy, if you want to get rich, say you want to make $1 million in the next 12 months, you have to work on putting wealth and building wealth higher on your value. So I'm not saying just, all right, throw it in there and fake it till you make it. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is figure out what's high on your value list. Say it's your kids, so you have kids, or your family, or something. But we'll go with kids for now. You must, to be able to build wealth for yourself, what you really need to do is link it to your highest values. Ideally, your very, very highest one. And the way you'll figure that out, not just where your money goes, but you'll make that list that I talked about of where are you most organized, where do you seem to always have energy for, where does your money go towards, and you'll see repeating things show up. And in this case, we're going to say your kids showed up a bunch. Now, I don't have any kids, but I'd imagine if I did, they would probably be maybe the highest thing on my value list, period. And now you want to spend time with your kids, you want to take care of them, you want to give them a good life, whatever that means. Now, if you want to get wealthy, you link wealth building to your kids. Because if you can link whatever you want, connect it to the thing that you seem to always spend your money on, that you always have energy for, that you're most enthused about, that you love the most, then it's just going to be a natural process. Oh, I'm going to go learn wealth building and do things in wealth building because it's going to directly benefit my kids. And no way am I letting them down. I want to give them the best, and I have energy for that, and that love drives your behavior. And it's not difficult. Then it's not difficult if you link it together. I heard a good example the other day of this young girl who is really into barrel jumping, racing, something like that. I think it has something to do with horses. But anyway, she's really good at it, and she loves it. and she always has time for it, always makes time for it, always has energy for it, is always thinking about it, stuff like that. So it's obviously very, very high on her value list. But her school grades were poor. She was failing about everything. And what came to be realized was, you know what? We're going to link getting good grades to this barrel racing, or this horse thing, whatever it was, that she's highly energized about, spends all of her time and energy and focus on. So we're going to link getting good grades to it. So it's like, well, let's see, let's start with math. Okay, well, in math, you know, if you get really good at barrel racing, you're probably going to be making money at doing it. And you know what? If you don't know financing, people are going to rip you off. If you don't know math, people are going to rip you off and take advantage of you, and it could just completely end and screw up your barrel racing career. And all of a sudden, getting better at numbers and finance and math goes up the value list, because you're like, uh-oh, it could really mess with my barrel racing, and that's what she loves the most, and doesn't want anything to mess with that, only wants to make it stronger, sees it as a benefit instead of something that, well, I'm just taking this dumb math class and I'm just into barrel racing, and why the hell do I care about this? It has nothing to do with this thing that I actually care about. So when you link it as to why it does have something very important to do with this thing that you love, that you really love, that your life demonstrates you love, not that you say you love, this, that your life demonstrates. So if you're spending half your day every day on barrel racing, you love barrel racing most likely. And you gotta, granted, a lot of people go to jobs that they hate and spend most of their day doing that stuff. Doesn't mean they love it. But they go to that job that they don't like because they've linked it to something they really do love, and maybe it is their kids. I wouldn't doubt if you or someone you know goes to work to a job they don't like just so they can provide for their kids, and they haven't come up with a better way to provide for the kids. So got to go to that, can't let my kids down, because why else would you do something like that? If it's just you may not do that. You may just be a free spirit and go live homeless and travel on trains and go around the world. Who knows? But you have kids to take care of. So you go to this crap job that you don't like, and you are there on time, and you get your work done, and you do this stuff that you don't really like to do, maybe, all for your kids. That's the link. Well, how can I get a person to come do a job that they don't like on a consistent basis and do good work? Well, I'm going to link it. I'm going to make it important to them. So I'm going to link it to their highest value. Oh, they have kids? Well, that job, that income, is now linked to the well-being of your children. You're going to go to that job. You're going to show up on time. You're not going to do anything that threatens your ability to provide for your children, because providing for your children high on your value list. So if you can link, which you can, if you link wealth building with your highest values, it's not a matter of, oh, maybe that'll work, or, oh, that sounds okay, or if that works, boy, that'd be cool. No. If it's really linked to being the thing that you see as most providing for your children, or whatever your highest value is, you'll do it. You will absolutely do it. And it will move very high up your value list, and you will focus on it and focus on it, because that's how you focus on helping and providing for your children, which I said, it's why you might be going to a crappy job. Because at the moment you see more benefit than drawback to go into that crappy job that you don't like. Maybe it has to do with providing for your kids. Maybe it's that you just want to make sure that you're not homeless, whatever. Maybe having food and shelter and stuff is just high on your value list, which it is to some degree for all of us, but it doesn't excite us. You know, paying for your housing bill every month isn't like yippee. Linking what you want to the things you value the most. And if you do that, if you learn that skill, which it's not hard to learn, I just showed you, you've probably worked a job that you don't like, and you've done it so that you could actually get something else that you really cared about, because you were going to the job just to serve whatever your highest value was, which might be, if you're younger, it might be partying, might be going out, might be paying for your house, might be taking care of your kids, might be taking care of your spouse, might be taking care of someone else in your family or some friends. It might be, who knows? But it's linked to your highest values, and it's a matter of becoming aware of what your highest values are, so that you can direct your life whichever way you want. Because if you come up with, hey, I'm going to lose weight, or hey, I'm going to get rich, well, okay, that's nice. But if you don't have it actually high on your value list, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. And you can't fake it. You can't say, all right, it's up my value list. It doesn't work like that. That's why you got to write down, like I said, where do you spend most of your money? Where do you spend most of your time? Where are you always energized to do? Where do you always find time to do? Well, to go to my job. Well, okay, I guess, but maybe you're really inspired by it. Maybe you love your job. That's great. If so, then some of this isn't for you. But linking what you want to your highest values is going to get you that result. It is. And what you're getting now in your life is because it's arranged as the links that it is to your highest values. So it's just a matter of shifting some perceptions. Not even shifting, just chilling out and looking at what's actually happening in your life and what you're actually doing, and seeing what you really value the most. Because what we say we value the most, what we say can be very, very different than what we actually do. And what you do and demonstrate in your life will show you your highest values. It'll tell you the truth. It'll show you the truth, actually. Telling is full of a bunch of lies, often, or at least misinformed, misperception things. But what happens, what's done out here, that tells a story. That shows the truth. So link whatever you say you want, link it to your highest values. So wealth building, and how you do that, say I want to make $1 million in the next 12 months. Say you want that. Well, figure out your highest value. Say you're a parent and your kids are going to be up there. And you say, all right, well, how will making $1 million in the next 12 months directly benefit my children? And come up with as many reasons as you can. I'd shoot for at least 50. Get up into the hundreds if you can. Because some of those you're going to be like, oh, yeah, okay. But some of them that you write down are going to be very inspiring, and they're really going to play a note in your heart, in your being, in your soul. And they're going to change the way you look at the world. Because once you see something a certain way, there's no going back. There's just not. All right. Peace out.